Howdy, howdy. I'm George with Music Production Alliance, where I serve you, the home studio community, by providing you resources for music production, recording, mixing, and mastering. Well, there's nothing there, is there? Let's go to the overheads, actually. Or let's go to the room. Let's see what the room has to offer. I don't need a lot of bottom end from the room. I just need a bit of fatness from it, just to make the kit sound bigger. So I am gonna take out some of that low end stuff because I already have the kick, and I want to keep the kick focused. And as I start to remove the low end from the room, you're gonna hear my kick focus a little bit better. However, right there it sounds a bit scooped. So what I can do is take out some of the upper mids here. Okay, let's blend that in. That snare is sounding fat. The kick is sounding fat. I love it. I don't want to add a lot of compression on the room because it just sounds nice the way it is. But let's add just a touch of API 2500 compression. I love this compressor and I love its tone. And again, I want to make sure that I keep it as natural sounding as possible. And I'm just going to bring it up again just to make sure I'm hearing it in context. Okay, it's sounding a bit aggressive now, but now I have to make sure I blend it in well so that it sounds good with the rest of the kit. That sounds nice there for now. Let's work on the overheads. Again, on the overheads, I only need top end. I don't need the kick or the snare being in the overheads. So I'm going to use another one of my filters, which is, again, the low cut. And I'm going to push it up as far as I can. Let's hear it. Okay, the cymbals sound nice, a bit harsh, so I'm just going to take off some of the top end. And I'm not doing really narrow cues. I'm using them as wide as possible so that it sounds round and full. Now let's blend it in. It does sound a bit scoop, and I could hear it in my ears where the mids have actually left the drum kit. So I need to be careful with that. All right, let's work on the toms real quick. Let's see where we have some tom stuff going on. Here. Or let's see here. And I'm actually going to take the toms and I'm just going to EQ them together. I have them routed to a tom bus. Let's see what we can get out of them. And again, Pro EQ for that. Again, I'm going to use my low cut. And I'm going to increase the octave size or the Q of it. See what happens if I do this. Okay, too far. Bring it back. Bring it back. Much better. Bring it back some more. A little more. Okay, and I'm going to use my high cut for this one. Okay, doesn't sound too bad. Maybe just a touch of compression. And again, I'll go with my API. That's good enough. Bring it in. A little more. Okay, so I'm just getting about 3 dBs of compression here. Let's see where else we have some toms going on. Okay, I don't need a lot of compression just now. And this is very simple. Notice I didn't put any plugins here. So let's hear it in context real quick. Let's go to the chorus part. Okay, so let's work on the hi-hat. Yes, you see it's peeking through really bad. And this is where you will use solo maybe just for a quick check, but force yourself to do it in context, and you're going to see how much further you can get or how much better tone you can get. Gets harder as we grow. Could have helped you through your fight. Oh, but maybe no one knows. Listen to it with the plug-in bypassed. Gets harder as we really harsh, really metallic. Gets harder as we a lot softer, and once we blend it in, it'll sound a lot better. Gets harder as we grow. Maybe even soften it up some more with some tape. Gets harder as we grow. Could have helped you through your fight. Oh, but maybe no one knows. Gets harder as we grow. Could have helped you through your fight. Oh, but maybe no one knows. Gets harder as we grow. Sounds good there. Let's bring it down. Gets harder as we grow. Okay, so notice that there is a lot of hi-hat in the rest of the drums, but when I bring up the hi-hat track, it actually focuses the hi-hat to where I want it. And listen to how loose it sounds with the actual hi-hat mic all the way down and just from the bleed. But you get enough that you could blend it in and get a good sound out of it. Gets harder as we grow. Could have helped you through your... Okay, that sounds good so far. Gets harder as we grow. Could have helped you through your fight. And I have the hi-hat pan to the left a little bit. Gets harder as we grow. Okay, let's go to the drum kit itself, and I'm going to use the bus, and again I'm going to use the API 2500. I don't know that I'm going to do a lot of compression here because it's already sounding really natural, and mind you, I really haven't balanced the fader. This is just a quick EQ, quick compression just to get them sounding good and very natural. As I progress with the mix, I may go back and do a little bit of balancing. Gets harder as we grow. Could have helped you through your fight. Gets harder as we grow. Could have helped you through your fight. Oh, but maybe no one knows. Then we all have peace in mind. But now you're free to fly when your demon dies. I know you see us all and smile as you float away. And even if it was your time, it doesn't mean that I was ready-made. Okay, and I'm just getting about 2 dB. Again, I want to keep it sounding as natural as possible. The more I compress it, the more it's not going to sound natural. So check this out. I'm going to crush it a little bit more so you can hear the difference. Gets harder as we grow. Could have helped you through your... Now that sounds over compressed, and that's not good for the mix. Let's take it back to where it was. Gets harder as we grow. Could have helped you through. Okay, that sounds good for now. And let's just do a quick bypass. Let's do a quick AB of the drum kit. In context, I'm gonna disengage all of the plugins from the drum kit so we can hear the difference of what we've done so far. And to do that, I'm just gonna highlight all of the drum tracks up to the kit, and here we go. Gets harder as we grow. I could have helped you through your fight. And if you look at my face meter here, you can see when the snare and the kick hit, how with the processing that I did, the kick and the snare, they're making the face scope meter just show you all of what's going on here in the center. Without the plugins, you see the snare and the kick spreading out, and that's not good for your mix. So check it out. Again, bypassed. It gets harder as we grow. Oh, and it also bypassed this, didn't it? It gets harder as we grow. Okay, now I'm gonna engage it and look at the scope meter again. It gets harder as we grow. I could have helped you through your fight. Oh, but maybe no one knows. Then we all have peace in mind. But now you're free to fly when your demon dies. So one of the things that the producer said to me was that he wanted to make sure that that snare was popping. I'm going to save that popping for the end. I want to keep the mix sounding as natural as possible as I progress it, and then we'll see what we could do about the snare popping through. Right now, it's sounding fat, it's sounding big. I don't have any reverb going on and stuff like that, but I'll come back to that later. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Let me know how you work your drums. Are you mixing in context? Are you mixing in solo? Are you spending a lot of time mixing in solo, or are you spending a lot of time mixing in context? Are you processing the drum bus first, or are you processing the tracks? Are you creating groups? I like to know all that stuff, and it only doesn't help me, it helps everyone who's watching the video as well. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Speak to you soon.